Hi, my name is Sue Kenney. I'm a member of the North Madison Congregational Church. Welcome to Tuesdays in the Garden. This is my third and final filming of my garden this year. So what I would like to show you right now is going back to the end of July. This is what my hydrangeas, the endless summer hydrangeas, look like in mid-July. And here as well. Now I'm going to take some time to show you what they look like in the fall. It is October 4th, 2020, and this is what the endless summer hydrangeas look like in the fall. Much different than they did over the summer. I kind of like the way the blooms have changed over to sort of a fall look. You've got that pinkish color in the hydrangeas. And this middle one was mentioned the dark purple or raspberry. I just trimmed all the buds off. They were kind of wilting and dying, and they didn't look good. So that's what it looks like if you trim all the blooms off your hydrangea. Here again, different kind of a neat fall color, and that's why I don't want to prune them all down to nothing, because it wouldn't be chopping it up, and the fall is a nice time to enjoy your shrubs and flowers. Coming up on the deck, okay, again, as I said before, I like the way the hydrangeas come through the fence. So I'm going to be very careful on how I trim them back. Maybe just a couple of the blooms, but I'm probably not going to do too much. I will probably trim back some of these blooms and branches that are coming onto the deck. And over here, you have, again, endless summer. You have the next phase of flower or bloom. Pretty blue. Here's another one. And many of the blooms have not continued because it has gotten very cold. So if we had a longer summer, these would all come back. These would all probably pop, and you'd have the blue flower. If you would like to trim or prune some of your hydrangea blooms, what you want to do is just go down a short ways to the next bud and trim them off. Toss them aside. That's all you have to do. Here's another one. I'll just show you a couple. Now, another thing I want to show you, this is all the new growth, the new stems that came up this year. Okay, now if you prune all the way low, down, deep down, you're going to lose all these buds on the old growth for the spring. So you're not going to have all these little, see the little buds that are coming up? If you go too far down. You want to use half the amount that you would use in the spring. So you would use, instead of a full cup, it would be a half a cup per diameter, per foot diameter. Okay, so if it's 4 feet from front to back, instead of 4 cups in the spring, you only use half that amount, which would be 2 cups. Dig a trough around and put the holly tone down now in the fall. It's a good time to do that. We are now in the front of the yard, and this hydrangea is called the limelight hydrangea or the hydrangea paniculata. I love the white cone-shaped blooms. They're just beautiful. Here's another photograph. And these pictures were taken in late August. And now we're into the fall. This is October 11th, 2020. And again, I absolutely love the green leaves with the pink and green flowers or blooms. Kind of a nice fall-like color. These flowers can be picked toward the end of their base of their stem and dried upside down in your basement. And you could make a kind of a nice fall arrangement if you would like to. They love the sun, and they do grow very rapidly, so they need to be pruned aggressively in the fall. This is what the daisies look like in the middle of the summer. Okay, and in between the daisies I planted some impatiens. They didn't do as well because of the rabbits. I tried to spray, but there are still some impatiens. But this is what it looks like now. Okay, we're gonna just go one at a time. Here, what you wanna do is you want to cut those long stems down. Okay, as you cut the long stems of the daisies down, they begin over time to start putting down another leaf base. And that's very important. Again, I have a lot of chrysanthemums, which you'll see. Another surprise here for the daisy leaf base, this is setting up for next spring, is I came out here last night and I could not believe I found all these little holes in the daisy leaf base. And guess what? It was the slugs. So I set a slug trap using beer. And when I got up this morning, this is what I found. A bunch of dead slugs that were attracted to the beer. Okay, again, impatient here. And I added some other color, as other people have mentioned. I know Melissa has mentioned it, Roberta, to get some more color in your garden, and that's what I did. Thank you for that advice. This is the cayenne pepper. I love this plant, little cayenne pepper plant. Put that in there. And again, a bunch of mums. The green daisy base for the spring. Got a couple of pumpkins out. I didn't show you this in the summer. This is a begonia, and it didn't do well in the sun, the pink begonia, but it is doing so well that I kind of put it up by the stairs and in the shade. Around it is what's called a sweet alyssum. Had a lot more white flowers in the middle of the summer, and again, some height in the middle. Not sure what that's called in the middle, but okay, going over here, we have some ornamental kale. See the purple green? That's ornamental kale. This was a nice surprise. My son and girlfriend for Mother's Day 1.5 years ago gave me a chrysanthemum, and I decided to plant it last fall, actually. And it has bloomed now this fall. Just beautiful. And again, some mums, another mum, chrysanthemum, and ornamental kale, and impatient. And again, straight ahead, you can see the fall leaves are already starting to form. And we are getting toward fall. Thank you for joining me for Tuesdays in the Garden. It was a difficult summer as we had a lot of drought periods and we had to do an awful lot of watering. Many times I just used the garden hose under the large hydrangea for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I usually put it on a timer so I wouldn't forget it. So just to close, I would like to The next 30 seconds or so is going to be a silent meditation for the many people, family, and friends we have lost this year. So my prayers to all of you who have lost friends and loved ones. And let's take this time now for a moment of silence. God bless you all.